Congratulations, you have arrived in the year 2023. And guess what's still everywhere? Yes, you guessed it, plastic. Plastic is pretty much the Swiss Army knife of modern life. It's in our food, in our clothes, in our electronic devices, and even in our bodies. But wait, it gets better. Studies have shown that plastic not only pollutes our planet, but also disrupts our hormones. You heard that right. Plastic affects our testosterone, the hormone responsible for the development of male characteristics and muscles. And if that's not bad enough, plastic also acts like a magnet for dirt and bacteria. Even if you prefer to take your meal out of a plastic container, you might as well be eating a bowl full of bacteria. Yummy. But why should we care about plastic? Well, it could be that our testosterone levels are affected by it, and we all end up looking like wrinkled raisins in the end. But hey, who needs muscles and a normal hormonal balance when we can continue to use convenient plastic, right? Fortunately, our steroids are kept in small glass vials. And McDonald's is actually healthier than it's made out to be. They were one of the first to switch out plastic straws for those super cool paper straws that are completely soggy after 2 minutes, making it impossible to enjoy your Diet Coke. Because plastic contains a variety of chemicals known as endocrine disruptors or xenohormones, which are capable of disrupting and affecting our hormonal system. These endocrine disruptors can alter the activity of hormones such as estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone, which play an important role in regulating our body and reproduction. Research has shown that these plastic compounds can affect our hormonal balance by mimicking or blocking our natural hormones. BPA and phthalates are found in many everyday plastic items such as drink bottles, plastic wrap, food packaging, and even medical devices. In men, higher exposure to these chemicals can lead to a decrease in testosterone levels, which can result in lower muscle mass, sexual dysfunction, infertility, and even depression. In women, higher exposure to BPA and phthalates can increase the risk of breast cancer and miscarriage. Just reflect on your day and remember everything you ate. Where was the majority of it stored? Whether you had an ice cream or an expensive steak, both were packaged in plastic. Now, I have a very interesting clip of a podcast from Joe Rogan with Dr. Shana Swan. Listen to it carefully, it's terrifying.
They did some experiments where they fed a rat food contaminated with phthalates. And then they looked to see how the offspring developed, right? And what they saw was that the males were born different than the females and different from unexposed males, something you might know by the name of the taint. That taint, or we call it anogenital distance, in the male, it's much longer. It's 50 to 100% longer. If he's unexposed, he'll have a good, standard penile size and AGD, and he won't have any malformations of his penis and so on. He'll be normal. But if his mother was exposed to phthalates, everything can go south. And what happens is the penis is smaller, and the AGD is smaller, and the scrotum is smaller, and the testes are maybe not descended. In other words, it didn't finish the process. It was arrested, if you will.
Now, the amount of phthalates that get into the pup system in utero, is that the same? Is that possible to achieve those levels in the modern world with human beings?
Absolutely.
It is.
And I'm going to tell you what I did to show that.
So watch what you consume if you and your descendants want to stay healthy. The full podcast is linked in the video description, and if you want to learn more on the subject, then read Dr. Shana Swan's book, which is also linked in the video description. Another issue with the use of plastic is that it often ends up in the environment and becomes a threat to wildlife. For example, a study by the University of Florida showed that alligators in polluted waters had higher concentrations of hormones than those in clean water. The hormones likely came from the many plastic waste items that were present in the water. Plastic can enter the food chain when animals accidentally ingest it. This means we can also indirectly come into contact with these chemicals. Despite these concerns, there are still no clear regulations or laws to regulate the use of plastic compounds in products, perhaps even intentionally. But don't worry, why bother about our hormone balance when we can just drink a 6-pack of beer and eat fries while sitting on the couch, watching trash TV and having plastic packaging lying around? So, how to avoid getting fat, weak, and feminine? It's up to you to be aware of the products you buy and their potential impact on your health. Never store or heat your food in plastic packaging. Heating releases so many chemicals that you might as well be eating the plastic. This applies to meal prepping and freezing food too. Reduce your consumption of foods packaged in plastic. I know it's tough to find food that isn't packaged in plastic these days. Additionally, unpackaged foods are often more expensive, and not everyone can afford them. But start by cutting out unnecessary foods like candy, soft drinks, and alcohol from your diet. This way, you'll save money that you can spend on fresh, uncontaminated food. And while we're on the topic of fruits and vegetables, did you know that our food contains 70% fewer nutrients than it did 50 years ago, and Bill Gates is supporting it? But we'll discuss that in the next video, so don't forget to subscribe to avoid missing out. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to kiss the like button and hit subscribe. I'll catch you next time. Cheers.